And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with the forecast fire danger around the state for Wednesday. Again, a lot of blue here on the map, but starting to see an increasing area of high fire danger over the just along the north side of the eastern Alaska range there, Northway, Tok, and a little up to the north. Also an expanding area over the Copper River Basin. And some high fire danger starting to show up over the northern Kenai Peninsula and into the southern Susitna Valley. Moving on to satellite imagery, you can see a lot of moisture here, bringing quite an area of steady and light rain from the southwest interior, actually all the way back down toward the Alaska Peninsula, northeastward there, right up along and south of the Yukon River, into the Yukon Flats there, across Fairbanks and Nenana. And weakening front, bringing a little bit of moisture into the northern panhandle, but staying pretty nice, just an increase in the mid and high level clouds down to the south. And out to the west, or up here to the north, got low pressure dropping southwestward there toward the Russian coast, and something of a band of clouds right through here, spreading some areas of light rain for the western and central Aleutians. On the chart, kind of a front right here, a very weak front, coming out of a low there over the Kuskokwim Delta area, and almost solid light rain occurring from the Alaska Peninsula across much of the western interior into the Kuskokwim Valley on up to the Yukon Flats. In fact, rainfall amounts today ending at 3 p.m., 12-hour period ending at 3 p.m. Sleep mute, southern Kuskokwim Valley picking up about 0.6 of an inch of precipitation, with McGrath and Nikolai having around half an inch of rainfall. Off to the northeast, let's see, Fairbanks and Battles and Nenana all picked up about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, give or take. Lighter amounts over the Yukon Flats today, around 1/10 of an inch or so, and also much lighter amounts back to the west. And this trough bringing some areas of light rain up to the North Gulf Coast, Kenai Peninsula, and into northern Cook Inlet, as well as the Panhandle. Saw some light rain today, generally less than 1/10 of an inch over the northern areas to about Yakutat. Not too bad down to the south, still into the 70s. Ketchikan, 3 o'clock this afternoon, 75 degrees, reporting clear skies, and closer to 80 toward misty fjords over towards Stewart. And looking at the forecast for tonight, rain and showers should find their way into the southern panhandle here with this stalled out trough. Not much change for the North Gulf Coast, still on the cloudy side and a little damp, with isolated showers over southern Alaska. Drier conditions now for the east side. Areas of rain continuing, have this more or less stationary front here, new low forming, moving the Alaska Peninsula. So rain from there northward all the way up to the western Brooks Range. Some of that could spill into the western North Slope. And out to the west, another system bringing some rain into the western Aleutians. See, tomorrow that kind of elongates off to the southeast there with the main low center hanging way back to the west, but it'll hold together enough to bring some light rain into Adak and Atka. Not much going on to the east here over the Bering Sea. Pretty quiet with light winds and extensive areas of low clouds and fog. Still have this band of rain along the west coast areas there from Kivalina right on down across the Seward Peninsula into the Alaska Peninsula to Kodiak Island. Another wet day coming up there. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers, maybe a few sun breaks here across southern Alaska. More in the way of sunshine as you head north from Koyukuk Valley there across the Brooks Range to the North Slope. And scattered showers, Prince William Sound, kind of increasing here over the southeastern Copper River Basin, and wet conditions for Wednesday across the southeast coast. And then that kind of ends overnight. A drier period coming up Wednesday night for the Panhandle, but this next system spreads rain in along the central and north coast and across the northern areas. Drier conditions down to the south for the day on Thursday. Areas of rain increasing here and lifting northward along the North Gulf Coast, Prince William Sound, Kenai Peninsula area. Scattered showers farther to the north, more persistent showers along this trough axis in the central interior, but to the north of that, partly to mostly sunny right on out to the Arctic coast. Another weak trough with some shower activity here from the Seward Peninsula into the Kuskokwim Valley. Not too bad down over the southeast Bering Sea into Bristol Bay. Variably cloudy skies with a risk of a shower. Same thing for Kodiak Island, but some of this moisture will start backing in during the daytime hours from Fognak Island, so kind of an increasing chance of rain condition there going on. A couple of weak systems here bringing some rain out to the Aleutians. And for the lows tonight in the 30s in the Arctic coast, otherwise 40s to near 50 elsewhere around the state. Lows mostly in the 50s for the Panhandle. Highs for tomorrow, 70 to 75. Eastern interior areas from the Brooks Range down to the Alaska Range, otherwise 65 to 70, Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin, mid-60s there in the Kuskokwim Valley, as well as the North Slope there, 60 to 70 for the highs tomorrow, cooler out toward the coastline. And much cooler down over the southern southeast coast, 55 to 60 for your highs there, so quite a cool down from what you've seen, and mostly in the 50s for the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Lows the following morning, 30 to 40 for the Arctic coast, and again, other 40s to lower 50s over much of interior Alaska, lower 50s for the Panhandle, lower to mid 40s out over the Aleutians and the Pribilofs. For the highs, mid to upper 70s there for the Yukon Flats. Should see some lower 70s here for a wider swath of the North Slope there. And now the Arctic coast back into the 40s to mid 50s. And in the 60s for the Panhandle, some areas struggling to get out of the upper 50s there. And we'll see in the mid 60s here across southern Alaska, 54 for Kodiak.